Hi everyone, it's Heidi again. According to you guys, we are reacting to one of George Carlin's first stand-up bits, at least posted on YouTube, I guess. It's from 1965. I did not know that he was even doing stand-up at this time. I wish that I had recorded my reaction to just seeing the thumbnail, because he has short hair. I didn't know that he ever had short hair in his life. For those of you who don't know, I love George Carlin. Anything I've seen of his, I just love. Most of the time I agree, at least to a point, with what he's saying. He always has an interesting perspective that makes me think and makes me be like, oh, you know, there's more to this than what I understand, I guess. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's do this.
One of our proudest comedy finds is with us tonight. He's starring at Basin Street East here in New York.
Look at that hair. Wait, look at this hair.
Finds is with us tonight. He's starring at Basin Street East here in New York. Certainly one of the most important clubs in the country. His name is George Carlin. He spoofs many things of a not-so-serious nature. He's a bright and very contemporary comedian. So I understand his act tonight's got a little bit more sting than usual. So let us all listen together. But
that's
here is
like
George Carlin.
A little more sting. What?
Hi, how are you? Thank you very much, Merv. Thank you all.
Leave him alone then.
Really, it's impossible to pick up a newspaper these days without reading something about a protest or a march or a demonstration. This group is protesting another group's march and demonstrating against their bonfire and their rally. The pickets are...
Okay, wait a second. I'm going to have to restart this because I am just so distracted. I don't think I would have even recognized him. That is so crazy. You can hear it in his voice, but it definitely, his voice is younger. And just, he looks so different. I love it. Oh my gosh. I know that people are young and then they grow up. It's still weird to see sometimes, and it's so cool.
George Carlin.
Okay, I'm gonna pay attention to what he's saying now. Woo. Wild. He's like, let me start, please. Okay.
Hi, how are you? Thank you very much, Merv. Thank you all.
Leave him alone then.
Really, it's impossible to pick up a newspaper these days without reading something about a protest or a march or a demonstration. This group is protesting another group's march and demonstrating against their bonfire and their rally. The pickets are against the pickets. They're picketing the pickets now. There's even one group that next week is having a parade to protest the fact that they can't get a parade permit. Now, that's kind of strange. It's really, it's getting just a little bit out of hand. The Hertz Rent-A-Pickets are doing wonderfully, of course. But the signs are what really scare you from time to time. Let's get out of Vietnam. Let's get out of the UN. Let's get out of the street. We're blocking the traffic. Ban the bomb.
Right.
Bomb the ban. Genghis Khan is alive in Argentina. He is not.
He is not.
Join the Mother's March on sore feet. It's gotten very strange. I even saw one guy with a sign that had nothing on it, absolutely blank, except down in the bottom it said, "Your grievance in this space, called Judson 414."
That's funny.
But it is a little strange about these groups. We talk about extremism and radicals, and I thought to clear a little of the air about it, we invited a fellow with us here tonight who's a member of one of these so-called radical groups. He's the local chapter head of the John Birch Society. His name is Lyle O. Higley. The O stands for Old Glory. He's a veteran of 2 wars, a depression, and a Mets doubleheader.
Wow.
Let's give him a nice welcome, Lyle O. Higley. Thank you. Thank you very much. The name is Lyle Higley. I'm the head of the local chapter of the John Birch Society. I'm what you might call your local chapter head.
I thought he was going to bring in an actual person. I'm like, well, this should be interesting. Oh man, so he's already starting with the different characters, different voices. Gosh, I'm really focusing on what he's saying, but it's taking effort because it's incredible that I have not seen him this young yet. He has no facial hair. What is that? So cool. And it's so funny. I can already hear you guys in the comments section saying, oh, this was, man, how many years ago was this? Let me do math. 2 hours later, this was 60 years ago. But I already know that so many of you are going to say, just imagine if George could see today. Like, this is more relevant today than back then. And I'm just like, yep, he's always right there. Let's continue though.
And that's the New York chapter that takes in New York, New Jersey, and parts of Idaho. Having a little trouble making up the zones, but we're working off an old Lewis and Clark map, you understand? That's the only thing the Attorney General will let us have, quite frankly. But we're very well known in the area. We won the Mixed Bowling League last year. That's pretty important, pretty progressive for an outfit like ours. Because I feel that's what we need is a little more progress here in the 19th century. Huh? A lot of good things coming along for you. The Industrial Revolution's right around the corner. Steam engine will be finished next week. A lot of good things coming along for the ladies. At this time, I was going to have a guest speaker for us tonight. I had invited the head of the Ku Klux Klan, the Grand Imperial Almighty Omnipotent Invincible Stomper. However, his wife won't let him out of the house tonight.
Oh no. Okay, wait, there's something that I'm not getting, I think. Is he referring to the KKK leader? Is he referring to God? That one went a little bit over my head. I'm so sorry. I don't know exactly who he was referring to there. Anyway, that's embarrassing. Let's continue.
In his place, we have the supply officer in charge of sheets and ropes. He's been coming along very nicely in the Klan. He started off as a clud, then he
Okay,
went
so
to
he
a
is talking about KKK.
Legal klaxon klepto, now he's a clod. He's just been acquitted of murder for the 6th time. We'd like to introduce him now. Collie Lee Collie. That's weird, he's got his dog with him. His dog's a collie too. How do you like that?
Thank you very much. And I'd just like to address my remarks to the Northern Commie Liberal Pinko Press. I have been living in the South for 27 years. And I have never seen a cross burning on anybody's lawn. I've seen whole neighborhoods go up.
Thank you very much, Collie. I think we all realize he's not playing with a full deck, folks.
Okay, I am loving how every voice that he does, his whole face changes. Like his mouth goes up for this one. I don't know, everything was his eyes were different for the KKK leader. It reminds me of Jim Carrey, even though Jim Carrey is over the top with it, but just every person that he imitates, his whole face changes into that person. It's kind of interesting to see. Anyway.
And before we leave you tonight, I have one thing I'd like to remind you. The girls have been busy all week packing up the John Birch authorized kits. Everything is ready to go. It's got everything you need. We'd like every one of you to have one. You get your Donald Duck grenade launchers in there. It's a grenade launcher with the little Donald Duck on his side. 200 tickets to the witch hunt up in Salem next week.
Oh gosh.
We got the John Birch handbook on how to persecute without prosecuting. And mainly, we got a document that every American ought to see. This here is a list of 146 outstanding communists in the State Department. Each and every one of these 123 names has been thoroughly investigated by the FBI. We're going to take these 94 guys and throw them in jail where they belong. The whole 62 of them, believe me. You get a list with 38 names on it like that, and you know how to work with it. We know how to handle these 17 commies. Not one of the 5 of them will get away. And when that guy shows up, he's in trouble, pal. I'll tell you that.
When that guy. The numbers just changed every sentence. Oh man, I am not familiar with especially the names of any of the leaders of the Ku Klux Klan. Oh my gosh, that's so hard to say. I know that they all did bad shit. I don't know much from there. So it would have been really interesting to actually know who these people were so we could compare the voices and the faces. I think that could have been really cool, but I'm just not familiar. It was still really fun to watch. It's fascinating how some parts of that I really related to, and other parts I'm just like, I am just out of the loop on that one. 60 years out of the loop, really. But okay, we've seen young Georgie now. officially. His style over the years, seeing that change has been actually really fun. From the suit and tie and slicked hair to bell bottoms and kind of crazy hair to just not giving a shit. It's so awesome to me. I think I have a couple more George Carlin videos to react to. I think one of them is We Like War or something like that. Let me know what else I should be watching. Thank you so much for this recommendation. I always enjoy George Carlin. What a lovely person you guys introduced me to. Thank you. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.